Laura Logan said CIA was urging Taliban to activate sleeper cells in U.S. for terror attacks to be blamed on ISIS. I definitely believe that our CIA is corrupt. They're evil. They're part of the bureaucratic state. They do anything to try to gain power. They the ones. Our CIA are the ones that created ISIS. You know, we remember that from under under Barack Obama. I showed the receipts back on my old channel of how the CIA created ISIS. So of course, anytime they want control, they want to they want to take power. They bring out ISIS. That's why ISIS is back now all of a sudden when we haven't heard of them for years. Trump had distinguished them. Now all of a sudden they're back on the scene. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna hear Laura Logan's take. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. On this, where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. So let's get into this news. The CIA has been working with its Taliban connections to use their sleeper cells within the U.S. to launch a terrorist attack that will be blamed on ISIS, according to journalist Laura Logan. In the aftermath of the Bourbon Street massacre, in which an individual believed to be linked to ISIS plowed through a crowd in a truck in NOLA that left 10 dead and 35 injured, Logan suggested such an attack was not only anticipated, but may have been coordinated by the CIA. She said, quote, I learned months ago from multiple U.S. intel sources that the CIA was urging their, quote, friends in the Taliban Haqqani terror network to use their sleeper cells inside the U.S. for an attack that will be blamed on ISIS, Logan wrote on X Wednesday. So I'm very skeptical. It's too easy to blame ISIS. They do it over and over to hide the fact that powerful people inside America, intel agencies, are in bed with this nation's enemies. And not only are they in bed with them, they created them. That's the main thing. The CIA created ISIS. Well, Fox News reported the terror suspect had crossed the southern border in the U.S. just 2 days ago. A wide open border. The suspect, identified by a law enforcement source as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, was reportedly dressed in military gear and carrying an ISIS flag in his truck. Authorities have been putting out conflicting reports regarding the potential terrorist attack. New Orleans Mayor LaToya Cantrell stated in a press conference Wednesday that her city has been targeted in a terrorist attack. New Orleans Police Chief Ann Kirkpatrick likewise said, quote, this man was trying to run over as many people as he could. He was hell-bent on creating the carnage and the damage that he did. But moments later, Aletha Duncan, assisted special agent in charge of the FBI's New Orleans field office, stepped up to the mic to decisively declare this is not a terrorist event. Hours later, the FBI released an official statement directly contradicting that of Special Agent Duncan. Quote, this morning, an individual drove a car into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street in New Orleans, killing a number of people and injuring dozens of others. The subject then engaged with local law enforcement and is now deceased. The FBI is the lead investigative agency, and we're working with other partners to investigate this as an act of terrorism, the agency said. Former National Security Advisor General Mike Flynn, who I hope is in Trump's administration again, who was in New Orleans at the time of the attack, criticized the contradictory messaging coming from the FBI, Biden administration, and local authorities, but said ultimately what really matters, quote, is if there was intelligence prior to prior in some agency or department and wasn't acted upon. A failure of decision makers, not a failure of intelligence. Prevention is what we shoot for. That is what the hard work of intelligence does. If you don't follow it and hunt down every lead, then you end up in a reactive after the fact mode, he wrote on X. Um, Another big question: what's next? Are the people with knowledge rapidly cross leveling intelligence to prevent the next attack? And God help anyone inside our current government or anyone who used to be in our government still working with elements inside that have any knowledge of these events have said or done nothing. This knowledge will be discovered and appropriate action taken, Flynn added. InfoWars founder Alex Jones likewise pointed out the attack at the very best, at the very least, sorry, was facilitated by the Biden administration as a result of open border policies. Absolutely. He came in through our porous borders, our open borders. But Alex Jones said the Biden Harris admin, headed up by Alejandro Mayorkas, deliberately set up the conditions for these type of terrorist attacks. The outgoing border czar Kamala Harris is an accomplice to all of the murders being conducted by illegals and the demon rats brought into the country. Um, Now, whether the CIA or other intelligence agencies knew this attack or other attacks were coming has yet to be confirmed. But preliminary reports by Logan um, and insuation. Sorry, I cannot read today, y'all. I'm struggling reading today. By Flynn suggests they may have had prior knowledge, and I believe they did. I don't trust our CIA. I believe our CIA, our CIA and our FBI needs to be disbanded, and we need to start over because they are two of the most corrupt entities in our government. They do not put the American people first. They have their own interests, and they set up and do things like this. So I wouldn't put it past the CIA by urging them to do this or actually facilitating this. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.